Ay, ay, ay.
Renegade, 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 renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a break light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your...
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
13.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Here's McKinnon. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
11.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Goodwin able to haul it in. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. Garoppolo now. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at the 31-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Darnold from the gun. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this 1st quarter. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 38. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete. Trying to get it to Clay that time. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. after the interception. Here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Faking the give, Darnold. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Marquise Lee, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up 4th. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
No, check, Patriot!
Right back to him on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Darnold is going to float this over the middle deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
65.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
He's going to fire this thing deep right, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Down to the 25. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Green 39! Green 39!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey. 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back to throw, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Gun! Set! 319! 319! Gun!
Now it's Darnold. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Gun!
Darnold now to throw. Airing one deep for Curse. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Curse, and it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gun!
To throw is Darnold. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. This will be taken short. And they'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And they'll go on the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Darnold. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And to give this time to the tailback. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. On the toss, it's McKinnon. Finding room at the 30. And a nice carry there, 15 yards.
No matter the week, no matter the team, you're going to hear coaches wax nostalgic for big tight ends that can control the edge of the line of scrimmage. Well, sometimes you don't have a tight end in the game, so now you're looking at your tackles. Can they control the perimeter? Make sure that that gets sealed off so there's no penetration off of the edge. If they're able to do that, that's why a toss play is successful. Because once they get to the edge, they can pick and choose their spot, which way to run, whether it's deep outside or cutting it back inside to pick up big yardage. On that play, they controlled the edge so well that they picked up an excellent chunk of yardage.
Here we go.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Trent Taylor, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Johnson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
48, Mike.
And they'll run it here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And now running right through him. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Second down, here's Jenopoly. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Deep ball for Goodwin. They got his man complete. And a big 32-yard play on third. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
No gain on the play there, second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. 6. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they'll go with the ground attack here. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Jenopoly looks to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it, baby. Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Detroit! 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 Set!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
The Jets on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19. Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And here's Marshall. And he stopped immediately there. Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Darnold from the gun. Flushed out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Jets on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Mostert now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Wait. Hey, check the motion, man. Put your hands over here. 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Get the mirrors back and go push. Go ahead. 12.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it.
It's caught inside the 25. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 58 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 10 more there and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
11.
Garoppolo again. Throwing over the the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and that'll bring up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think if they try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Garoppolo now on third and goal. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now Garoppolo. Gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And it would appear the Jets are going to win this football game. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the 49ers going to take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And it's up and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Mostert now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And now another one thrown incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know? The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. But able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
11.
Throwing on first is Jenopoly. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, come on. Four down.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Jets, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.